Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to an NFL divisional breakdown episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kobold. Joining me from Los Angeles, my guy, Max Faulkner. And joining me from Chicago, Illinois, making his debut today, the all-time beer baseball home run leader, my guy, Kyle Jennings. What's up, bro?
Happy to be here. Excited. Want to lead off by saying, really wanted to be here. Big fan of the pod. I'm here on wedding week. 2 days. 2 days.
Oh, yeah. 2 days.
Big commitment, but I needed to be here.
How
podcast breakout season. That's what it is.
Heck yeah. Podcast breakout season. You read about that. With the big day just 2 days away here, Kyle. How did you convince Christiana to come on here?
Well, there was very little convincing because I just told her straight up. I said, Cobalt asked me to be on a podcast, and he wants me to talk about the Chargers. And I told him yes. So I'm going to need about 20 or 30 on Thursday. And there's a video. It's at his discretion if he wants to release it. Might be a little treat for you guys. Might be a little treat.
Does this involve a backhand? And
verbal backhand. Verbal. No physicalness was encountered, but definitely potential later. I don't know. I've been getting on her nerves, so this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. We'll see.
Well, have the ice ready. Hopefully, she doesn't have the wedding ring on yet, because that gets across the face. It's gonna bruise for your wedding photos. So
definitely for that. Luckily, I got dark complexion, so it should blend in pretty well.
That is a plus. Well, if people haven't realized it yet, like Kyle said, he's a Chargers fan. So damn it, we're breaking down the AFC West today, fellas.
Sweet.
Hey, let's start. Max, what do you think about the AFC West right off the top?
Well, right off the top, I also got to thank everyone for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast as we've been breaking down all these divisional situations here. Thanks for coming out, comment, and subscribe. But yes, let's jump right into it. We're talking about quarterbacks first, Cole Breezy. Is that what you brought up?
Yeah, quarterbacks first, but real quick, last season, the standings, we had the Chiefs at 14-3, Super Bowl champions, Patty Mahomes, the big dog. Chargers went 7-10. No, 7-10?
10-7.
No.
They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs.
I got it backwards, boys. Too many numbers. I got dyslexic. Too many numbers. I got dyslexic.
27-point lead doesn't mean you got to be disrespectful now. We hurt our own feelings. Come on.
Chiefs went 14-3. Chargers at 10-7. Like you said, crazy comeback loss in the playoffs. Raiders went 6-11. Broncos here in Denver, Colorado, went 5-12. Damn it, they were last in the NFL with 16.9 points per game. The offense scored not even 17 a game.
Oh, my goodness.
Max, give us your quarterback rankings here in the AFC West.
All right. Let's lead it off. Number one, he's the best quarterback in the league. We don't have to talk too much about Patty Mahomes. If anyone else says anyone else, if I'm losing my words so much because I'm a little flustered that anyone would even think that there's someone better than Patty Mahomes out there. It's not true. They're lying. Okay. I don't care how biased you could be towards your team. I'm telling you right now, it's wrong. You're wrong. Patty Mahomes, number one. Number two, I definitely got Justin Herbert from the Chargers. I do believe, I've been saying this for a while now on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, that I think Justin Herbert could be the next face of football. Give him a couple more years. It's going to be Patty Mahomes and Justin Herbert, the big faces, as that new quarterback, the new quarterback faces come up. And like Aaron Rodgers steps aside, Matthew Stafford steps aside, those kind of names get out of here. These are going to be the faces of football. At number three, I'm not happy about it, but I got Russell 2 poops a week Wilson, and he was up for the biggest douchebag of the year last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up for it again. I'm sure we're going to hear a story or two with him and Ciara, what's going on in that household. But Broncos, real quick, what a disappointing season. Can we agree on that? I remember we were all like, oh, got to get a piece of that offense. You got to get a piece of that offense for fantasy football. Cortland Sutton. I drafted Russell Wilson. Fuck the Broncos.
Fuck the Broncos.
Fuck the Broncos is right.
Yeah. And then last one, Las Vegas Raiders, Jimmy G. We talk a lot of shit on Jimmy G here on this podcast. I keep on saying that this guy, he's got tennis balls in his knees. He's got no bounce. No bounce. He's got nothing left. So I would not be excited about Jimmy G.
Max, we'll make this quick. I got the same exact order as you. Patty, Herbert, Russell 2 poops a week, and Jimmy G. Justin Herbert, real quick. He's got an NFL record 14,089 passing yards through his first 3 seasons.
That's
an NFL record. It's an NFL record.
Got a couple of them.
Amazing.
Got a couple of them.
Kyle, give us your quarterback rankings here, and let's hear a little more about your boy.
So my unbiased opinion, number 1, I've got Justin. No, I've got the same rankings as you guys.
I was going to say, get this guy out of here. Get him out.
Can't lie to myself. Like you were saying, man, there's nobody better than Patrick Mahomes. He's number 1. Until he gets misplaced from that spot, he's going to have to take himself out of it. I don't know if anybody can even catch up really at this point. But then, I have Justin Herbert, number 2 with the Chargers, number 3, Russell Wilson. But, I want to say I put Jimmy G at 4. I almost put the equal sign because I don't know if there's that much of a difference. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later when we talk about that in the pod. But hot take, I think those are closer than a lot of people think.
Sure.
But I kind of going on Herbert. I mean, like you said, 14,000 something yards in his first 3 years. Second in touchdowns, only behind who is that? Not even Mahomes. I think it might be Marino. But second in touchdowns, most completions, most pass attempts. So I mean, he's doing some pretty legendary stuff. And people, the funny thing that I hear all over the national media is like, he regressed. We didn't see any progression from him. People forget he played from week 2 on with broken rib cartilage. Going into the playoff game for his labrum and his non-throwing shoulder. So dude was throwing with no ability to rotate or put anything behind the ball, was still putting up numbers better than most of your favorite QBs. So make sure you keep your mouth shut. And then also didn't have wide receivers for half the year. So was throwing to practice squatters. I honestly could have been out there. Might have been better. So, those are my rankings, and I'll let you guys continue with kind of the agenda. But Justin Herbert has the chance to ascend this year is what I would say. Big year coming out with a new offensive coordinator too. So I'm really excited.
Definitely.
I would love to have Justin Herbert on my team this year.
I'm definitely looking at him. Looking at him. Last thing on Justin Herbert, you already said it. His toughness, the fact that he broke a rib and he said, "No, I'm still playing." Did he even take a week off? Did he even take one game?
One playoff. He took one playoff. That game happened. He had to go out because he was down for too long. Next play, he was back in.
The guy's a beast. I love that toughness. You want that on your fantasy team. This is a guy that'll have a broken leg, walking out on crutches, and he'll throw the damn ball with his left hand if he has to. Okay, Justin Herbert's the man.
Moving along here to the running backs in the AFC West. I'll lead us off here, fellas. I've got the Chargers, number 1. Austin Eckler is my big dog. I don't care that it's only Joshua Kelly behind him or whoever else you want to bring up, Kyle. Austin Eckler, he's my number 1. Top 3 pick overall, probably. I got the Chargers number 1. Then I got the Raiders with Josh Jacobs coming back. Chiefs, I got 3rd. Last chance for Clyde Edwards-Helaire here. Last chance. He's going to get some opportunities.
Do you think he's the number 1? Is that where you're? Is
number
that the
3?
Yeah, he's the number 3. Okay.
I'm just bringing him up. Last chance for CEH, your guy.
And might not be number 2.
Yeah, Jerick McKinnon's there.
Yeah, he always gets hurt.
Pacheco. We'll see. I don't like him, but then I got the Broncos last. Don't know what's going on with Javonte, and then Samaje Perine. We'll see. But Max, give me your order, please.
We're not going to take too much time on this because I have the exact same order. The only thing I'm going to say is that Josh Jacobs is underrated. Everyone keeps on saying, they've been saying it for years. And then last season, he puts up the most rushing yards in the entire league, 12 touchdowns. He had over 50 catches. And now they're still talking, oh, you know what? I don't think that you should draft Josh Jacobs in the 1st or 2nd round. I just think he's going to have just a terrible season. It's like, you know what? Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. This
Well-
guy just signed a contract. He's gonna get his touches. He's gonna get his touchdowns. Is he gonna get 1,600 yards?
No.
Maybe.
Well,
I
well,
could
you're
see it.
Maybe.
I could see it.
Yeah, me
you're
too.
you're gonna get a little worked up later, but we'll save a rebuttal for that for a little bit.
Oh, you're a queef. I already know what
We'll
you're
save
doing. You're
a rebuttal
queef.
for that for a little
All
bit,
right.
fellas.
All right.
Kyle, what's your running back rankings here in the AFC West?
So I got a surprise here. Number one, I got the Raiders, Josh Jacobs.
Ooh.
I think that with the way the running back market is right now, they gave him that 1 year contract, and you best believe they're going to get their money's worth out of that 1 year contract. We already all talked about how bad their QB situation is there.
Yep.
You got two options to score. You either have to run or you have to pass. And if you can't pass the ball, that means you got to run a lot. And I think they're going to run them into the ground, and I think it's going to be good for fantasy owners. As a dynasty owner of Josh Jacobs, I was pretty happy that he re-signed that contract. And like I said, I think he's going to have another big year. Number two, got the Chargers. Can't sleep on Eckler. He's been a top fantasy running back, I think, for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I do think his fantasy production is going to switch up a lot this year. If you are a Chargers fan like myself and watch the preseason, we averaged 200 rushing yards a game. Kellen Moore is kind of revolutionize that. So I think there will be a switch in his production, although I still think it'll be high. I think he'll have less receiving, more rushing, which might lead to a kind of a decline in points, especially if you're playing like PPR or things like that. But still a good fantasy season nonetheless. Third, I actually have the Broncos. I really like Javonte. I think he looked really good coming back from that catastrophic knee injury. And I think that that's another situation where, you saw my quarterback rankings. I ranked the Raiders and the Broncos about the same. You can't pass the ball. You got to run it. And I think that Sean Payton's really going to lean on that and kind of use him as much as he can, especially coming to the end of that rookie contract. With the way the running back contracts are going, he's not going to get another one. So once again, kind of running that well dry before it's over. And then finally, I got the Chiefs. You talked about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm surprised he made the roster. He's trash.
Trash.
Isaiah Pacheco, very fast, physical runner. Only knows how to run straight. Is basically blind. Just run straight. But if the holes are there, which the Chiefs have a great line, I think he'll have an okay season. And then Jerick McKinnon, like you said, good runner, always hurt. So that's really why I have them kind of last. Don't really believe in that room, but they've got Patrick Mahomes, so the team's going to be good. But the running back room.
Just because Clyde Edwards-Helaire was brought up again, Kyle, got to get your opinion on this. 2 years ago, after Justin Jefferson's rookie season, Max kept Clyde Edwards-Helaire over Justin Jefferson. What is your opinion on that?
Is it zero PPR league? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was ranked 16th. All right. And this was my decision. It was Queef Cousins or Patrick Mahomes. And I went, I'd rather have Patrick Mahomes. And then obviously that was a terrible decision.
But Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a running back, and he doesn't even get that much work catching out of the backfield. So Patrick has not that much to do. Hey man, I'm not gonna harp on it too much because it's in the past, but that's a queef move.
You don't have to tell me. Okay, why do we keep bringing this shit up? All right, it's in the past. We're moving on.
Got to.
That has to hurt though. Still.
Oh, it hurt. Oh,
it still affect them in the day.
I definitely still tear up in the shower.
In the shower. All right,
wash us off the tears quicker.
Yeah, quick. Don't get sticky. Moving on to the receiver rankings in the AFC West. Kyle, go ahead and lead us off here, brother.
All right, number one, I have, I put this down, and I think I might switch it up. I'm gonna switch it up.
Whoa.
Oh,
I had the Raiders first because Devontae Adams is
the
monster. Big dog. I don't think that he can carry it that much. I like Hunter Renfrow, but I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna put the Chargers first. I think we've got the deepest wide receiver in the AFC West.
Yeah.
I would have had the Broncos higher, but they cannot get rid of the injury bug. They've already lost two of their top 5 receivers before the season started. Jerry Jeudy cannot catch the ball, always open, cannot catch the ball.
Yeah.
So I've got Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. We drafted Quentin Johnson in the first round. To look really good.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of Jerry Jeudy
Oh, yeah.
syndrome where he can get open but can't catch the ball. Luckily, he won't have to be playing as much because we have 3 wide receivers that are slated to be ahead of him with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Josh Palmer, all doing well. Josh Palmer ascending. I think that
Solid.
as far as fantasy value, where you can get him as opposed to Quentin Johnston, especially for your single year leagues. If you're playing Dynasty, get Quentin Johnston. If
Yeah.
you're playing in a single year league, you can get Josh Palmer in like round 10. And I think he's going to get just as many snaps and opportunities as Quentin Johnston, and he's a good receiver.
Mhm.
So I have that. And then obviously Raiders, Devontae Adams speaks for himself. Hunter Renfro, slot route running connoisseur. And then you've got the Chiefs with kind of an assortment, a mixed bag of random mid wide receivers, but they've got Patrick Mahomes. So,
Exactly.
Rice has some potential. I really like Sky Moore coming out last
Mhm.
year. Valdez Scantling, another one with Jerry Jeudy system. Burner can't catch the ball, but if he's got Patrick Mahomes putting it on him, maybe he'll catch it a little bit more. And then, like I said, Broncos got Cortland Sutton, can't really stay healthy. Like him a lot, can't stay healthy. Jerry Jeudy, open all the time, can't catch the ball. I've been saying it for forever. I've said it like 6 times already because I like him. I like
much
him.
popcorn.
I like him so badly because he's such a good route runner. He's always open, but I watch him twice a year, and that dude will have 5 yards of separation, wide open, hit him in the hands, and drop it. I can't trust it.
No. I'm pretty similar there to you, Kyle. The AFC West receivers. I'm going Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs. I don't see myself drafting a Bronco or Raider. I'm a little lower on Devontae Adams because of Jimmy G. But that foursome there for the Chargers, very, very big, very athletic.
Yeah.
I had Joshua Palmer last year, starting him plenty of weeks. And don't know what we're going to get out of the Chiefs. Max, what do you got here?
A little bit different than you guys. I do have the Raiders on number 1, specifically Devontae Adams. Okay. I don't care if it's Jimmy G. Just throw it. Just throw it up. Just throw it up. Jimmy G might have 3 interceptions, but Devontae Adams might have 3 touchdowns. Okay. You just because the guy is so damn athletic and he's got twinkle toes. It's like a ballerina out there. He could be right on the sideline and he just gets that one toe down with one toe or two toes down. Devontae Adams is the man. So he's definitely the best wide receiver in this division. So I got to give it to the Raiders on that. But it was very close because the Chargers, you guys already mentioned it, like they got 4 solid wide receivers. Justin Herbert's going to have a hell of a year because he can throw it to whoever the hell he wants. And I think Keenan Allen's underrated really quick. I know he's 31. He's getting older. Okay. He pulled his hammy last season. He was on my team. Okay. But when he came back, he was a stud. He came back. He was ready to go. Justin Herbert and him, like they just had that connection, like it's been for years. Okay. So I love the Chargers. Chiefs at number 3. We already brought up Sky Moore. I think that he actually might be the big dog on the team. We'll talk about Sky Moore in a little bit. And then at number 4, the Broncos. Jerry Jeudy's hurt, just so we're clear. Okay, I forgot.
Hamstring, right?
Hamstring, if I'm not.
Forgot about that.
What's it? Yeah, he's out at least 4 weeks. It could be extended to 6. Don't be drafting Broncos wide receivers. You know why they're dropping the ball? I think Russell Wilson is throwing knuckleballs to them. Okay, I think he's throwing a knuckleball out there like freaking Tim Wakefield on the Boston Red Sox. Don't draft any Broncos wide receivers.
No. Moving along here in the AFC West, the tight end rankings. I'll make this quick, boy. Travis Kelce, big dog, number 1, no doubt about it. Might have some debate here, but I'm going Greg Dulcich of the Broncos. I don't, he could be a big target with all these wide receiver injuries. And then I got Gerald Everett because he could be the 5th option, 6th option behind Eckler. Gerald Everett ain't going to see the ball. And then I got the Raiders. They got Austin Hooper there, but he's a queef. I got Michael Mayer from the Irish, Notre Dame. Rookie tight end.
Oh, he's on the Raiders?
Michael Mayer.
Yeah, he's on the Raiders. Nice.
Yep.
Good draft pick. Good draft pick.
I like him. I like him a lot, but 4th amongst tight ends in the AFC West. Kyle, give us your foursome there.
I got the same as you, Travis Kelce. There's a reason him and Patrick Mahomes are 99s in Madden. Best respectively at the positions. Number 2, Greg Dulcich. It's not even that I think he's that good. I like Gerald Everett, but I think he's got a pretty solidified ceiling. So that brings me to him at
Yeah.
number 3. And like you said, he's target number 5 at best. You might even put him at 6 because you got Eckler and then the 4 wide receivers we mentioned earlier. So he might be target number 6. And then
no thanks.
Last, like I said, like you said, Michael Mayer. I like him a lot. I think it might take him a little bit to come into his own in the receiving game. The way he got separation in college was it's not something that you're going to come into the NFL and immediately be able to do. Just physically outbody everybody. So I think it'll take him a couple years to kind of grow into his body to where he'll be able to do that to NFL level competition. So that's why I'm at 4.
Okay.
I'm excited to see Michael Mayer in year 2 with the Raiders. Yeah. Max, do you have the same order there? Or are you going to argue?
I'm going to argue. I'm no argument on number 1. Travis Kelce is probably the best tight end to ever play the game. He's literally the only tight end that if you're thinking about drafting him in the first round of your fantasy football draft, fine by me. Fine by me. I see no reason that why not go for it because he is Patty Mahomes' number 1 option. This guy can give you 10 to 13 easy touchdowns. Easy. At number 2, I'm going to be honest with you. 2 going all the way down to 4. I'm not drafting any of these guys in fantasy football. All right. So I don't care at all. I'm just looking at better teams and looking at a better quarterback that could give it to him. So I do have Gerald Everett of the Chargers. I think he can get a sneaky 5 touchdowns. And also Gerald Everett is faster than you think. Okay, he's more of a lean. He's a leaner tight end, but he's long. He's lean and long, and he's quick. So I like him. At number 3, I do have Michael Mayer and also Austin Hooper. I think Hooper's going to start out as the top tight end, but I think Mayer should take it, obviously. But just a little bit of respect for Michael Mayer because I know you're saying year 2. Just so we're clear, Jimmy G loves the tight end. I mean, he made George Kittle a star. Okay. Did he not a few years ago? And from the years that he was playing with them, George Kittle was a stud with Jimmy G. And Jimmy G sucks. So I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Mayer ends up having a pretty decent season. And then at number 4, okay, I know you guys are saying Greg Dulcich, but
Greg D number 4.
Number 4. Okay. You're really excited. Are you going to go draft him, Cole Breezy?
No,
you got to go get him.
I agree with you. There's only one tight end getting drafted in this division. I agree with that.
The only other reason was because when I was looking at the depth charts, I saw maybe there was a glitch or something. They had Troutman as the lead tight end.
Well,
Trout Daddy.
Trout Daddy.
That's what I does
love Troutman.
Okay, so that's what I wrote down. Okay, I also thought it was Greg Dulcich, and then I saw number 1 tight end. Great, what? Troutman? I was like, no, I'm not. No, I don't want that.
It's a queef division for tight ends.
Love him, though, so actually, I didn't even think about that.
So that's what I got, boys.
It's a weak division there for tight ends. Max, give us your biggest queef, your biggest bust in the AFC West.
I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. Zach's going to hate me, our buddy Zach, but I got Jimmy G as the biggest queef in this division. Jimmy G, it's going to take one little push. Those tennis balls are going to pop. Tennis balls don't pop, okay? But the tennis balls on his knees are going to pop, and he's done, all right? Jimmy G's a queef, and I don't want to get too flustered or sweaty about it, so I'm not going to go too much more in detail because I talk about Jimmy G. We talk about Jimmy G too much on this podcast.
We do.
He's a queef.
Well, Max, you're going to get flustered and bothered by my biggest queef in the AFC West. We're staying in Las Vegas.
You're a queef.
And your guy that you just announced as a keeper, Kyle, I hear you like him too in Dynasty, but I got the 2022 rushing champion, Josh Jacobs. Okay?
Oh.
Sit back and listen to this for a minute.
I don't want to hear it. Took my headphones off. I'm not even going to listen. Not even going to listen. Go ahead.
Fuck you then.
Just go.
We all know about his contract disputes, Kyle. Okay. He practiced for the first time yesterday on Wednesday. Okay. Did you hear that? He practiced for the first time yesterday.
Okay.
Now he doesn't need a full training camp to be ready to go, but the fact that he hasn't been getting hit. Now we've been saying this about Jonathan Taylor. What's he been doing? Has he just been hanging out? Has he been working out? We got to say the same thing about Josh Jacobs. We don't know what he's been doing. Okay. He led the league last season, fellas, with 393 touches for 2,053 scrimmage yards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We see guys that have that much volume, that many touches. They don't play 17 next year, fellas. They don't play the whole season. They get banged up. The efficiency comes down. Yeah, I agree with you guys. they're going to be using him a lot, run him into the ground. But the Raiders are also going to suck, so they're going to have to pass the ball a lot. I got Josh Jacobs in my top 10, but it would not shock me if he misses 2, 3, 4 games and he's outside the top 15 amongst running backs.
You're just saying that because you're jealous that freaking Jonathan Taylor ain't playing. He's sitting out the entire year. He's going to be sitting on your bench. Can't even put him in an IR spot. Can't even put him there.
Well, he's on the pup, so he's on there right now.
I already know there's a trade offer coming after our draft, and I'm going to be like, no. And it's going to be Josh Jacobs. You're going to want Josh Jacobs for him. I know it.
Oh,
it's coming.
It's coming. I see Josh Jacobs getting a little banged up this year. Efficiency coming down.
Okay.
Raiders suck.
They do.
Quick rebuttal on that touches point. You know, one of Josh Jacobs' biggest advantages was when he came out of the draft in what was that 2019?
Maybe.
Yes, I believe so.
Only played 1 year of college football as the one getting touches because he had Derrick Henry in front of him, I think, and then he had somebody else in front of him after that. So he got 1 year of touches. So he's fresher than most NFL running backs coming in.
Good call.
Solid.
Good call.
So
good call on that.
That's nice.
An Obama boy. Who is your biggest queef?
It's the biggest queef of all. It's Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm doing high knees on the plane. I'm doing high knees on the plane. I got more bathrooms in my house than I have touchdown passes 16 weeks into the season.
He knows the stat.
Like I said, hot take here. Russell Wilson is sat for Jarrett Stidham by week 12.
Ooh. That's spicy.
Sean Payton said, I don't care how much we're paying him. I'm sitting him down. We're cutting him next year. Screw the guaranteed money. The Waltons just bought it. They have billions of dollars. Literally do not care. Drop the pan. Want to be good right now. That is my hot take. Russell Wilson's sitting by week 12.
Woo. That is a spicy take from Kyle Jennings here on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast.
Wow.
Real quick, what do you think about him only defecating twice a week?
That's too much toxicness in your body. You poop to get the stuff out, man. You got to get it out. You got to get the toxins out. It's just sitting there in your stomach, leaking back into your system. No wonder he's so corny, man. He's got all that stuff going on in him.
Yep.
He's running out there with cramps. He's got cramps the entire game. He's got
you
can't just. What a queef.
I'm twice in a day sometimes. Let alone
plenty of days. Plenty of days.
Easy.
Max, quickly here. We gotta speed this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Who is your biggest sleeper in the AFC West?
Biggest sleeper? I got Sky Moore on the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe with his youth and his speed that he can take the number one role at wide receiver, not the number one option, but the number one role at wide receiver with Patty Mahomes. Out of Kadarius Toney, I don't even know how to say it, Marcellus Valdez-Scantling. Did I even say it right? Marquise. Okay. I would rather have Sky Moore in a late round pick, maybe a Mr. Irrelevant pick than these queefs. So Sky Moore, baby.
Yeah, there's some solid draft capital there. Could see him becoming the number one receiver for sure for Kansas City. Kyle, who's your biggest sleeper here in the AFC West?
You know what? I'm gonna let you go because I realized what I sent to you was actually not relevant. So I'm gonna switch my.
Now that you say that, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My biggest sleeper here in the AFC West. We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'm going with Broncos running back Samaje Perine, okay? Now, listen up here, fellas. He had 6 total touchdowns backing up Joe Mixon last year in Cincinnati. Javonte Williams says he's ready to go week 1, right? He said that he playing in the preseason. He's ready to go week 1, he said. But, Kyle, you brought it up earlier. His knee injury was labeled as catastrophic. It was more than just an ACL. There were multiple ligaments ripped in that knee.
Ugh.
What was it, week 4 last year maybe?
Yep.
I don't see him being 100% or getting a full workload from Denver. Okay.
Yes.
Perine, Samaje, he's currently going on ESPN as running back 39 in the 13th round. This is a running back that you can use probably in your flex the first month of the season, at least the first month of the season, because I don't see Javonte being 100% getting a full workload here. And That's good value there in the 13th round.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, solid.
Kyle, you got your AFC West bust?
My bust or sleeper?
Oh, I'm sorry, sleeper.
Nah, you're good. So for my sleeper, I mentioned him earlier, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to go with Joshua Palmer. If you're in a
Yeah.
single year fantasy league, like I said, Quentin Johnston's going like 5 rounds ahead of him.
Yeah.
I think they're going to see similar opportunities. I know the coaching staff and the front office think of him really highly. He's had a good training camp too, man, and he's progressed every single year. And the thing people forget about is when Mike Williams and Keenan Allen were down, and Josh Palmer was actually healthy because he was hurt last year too. But when he was healthy, he was producing like a low end wide receiver too. And if you can get that late, I mean that's a steal.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think a lot of people are really sleeping on him because of the pick of Quentin Johnston. They think he's going to get phased out, and I don't think that's the case. So
Nice.
I like that. As I mentioned before, I was starting him as my wide receiver 2 for a few weeks last year.
Yeah.
Solid player.
Max, got a couple minutes here. Give us your standings predictions.
All right.
How's this going to end up?
Okay. I don't think it's any surprise, honestly. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs, baby. I don't see them slowing down. I don't know how. I just don't know how. It's because they always talk about how they are going to slow down because, he doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have any wide receivers. Like, well, he figures it out because Patty Mahomes and Andy Reid are both geniuses at what they do. At number 2, I got the LA Chargers. I hope they make the playoffs again. Okay. I love Justin Herbert. Okay. I like him a lot. Okay. It might be my favorite quarterback in this league. Number 3, Las Vegas Raiders because of Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. And also, I think McDaniels as a coach is not as bad as you guys think. Last year, they were competing in that division. They were scoring a lot of points. Okay. They were scoring a lot. They weren't winning. But they were scoring a lot of points.
6-11 last year, fellas. 6-11.
They were scoring a lot of points. All right. Okay. At number 4, Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos suck. I don't know who Russell Wilson's even throwing the ball to. So that's what I got.
You got the Chargers getting a wild card there, Max?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not that far off from you. I got the Chiefs first. Chargers getting a wild card. I wanted to be spicy and get the Chargers up there, but I couldn't do it. But I got the Broncos actually third, Raiders last. Broncos sitting at a win total on FanDuel right now at 8.5. I'd go hit that under, fellas. I'd go hit that under.
I don't see that.
Kyle, quickly, what's your standings prediction here?
I'm moving off the standard train. I'm going to go Chargers.
Chargers. I almost did.
Yeah, I got the Chargers going like 13-4, Chiefs going 12-5, 11-6, somewhere around there.
Sure.
I really think Kellen Moore, that addition, people are sleeping on it. Joe Lombardi is the worst offensive coordinator in the league, and I stand by that. Look at what he did when he was the Lions offensive coordinator with Matthew Stafford. Was horrible. He left. Instantly, Matthew Stafford was one of the best quarterbacks in the league again. I think a similar thing's going to happen. 5,000 plus yards from Herbert, 40 plus touchdowns are very close to. I think he's going to have a massive season. MVP potential, maybe. Got the Chiefs going after. We talked about them enough. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. And then after them, I have the Broncos. I do think that Sean Payton's a good enough coach to kind of carry, even with Russell Wilson being trash.
Not 9 wins, though. Not 9 wins. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. But that defense is real. You mentioned it earlier. They only averaged 16.9 points on offense last year. I think there was a stat if they would have won, average 17, they would have had like 10 or 11 wins. So that's how, it was something crazy like that. That's how, like, if they averaged 17 points throughout the season, they would have, it was something crazy like that. And then last, Raiders, I disagree with you. I don't think that Josh McDaniels is a good coach at all. I think he's actually very bad. And also, we talked about it, Jimmy G, just
queef.
About it.
His queef.
I do like Josh Jacobs, however, though. I think he's going to get a lot of runs. But that's my standings there.
Good stuff there, Kyle. Appreciate you coming on here today, man.
Yeah, thank you.
This AFC West with us. Hell of a debut for you.
Getting calls from the future wife. She's about to kill me.
Another 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're over time here. We're over time.
Hey, well, like I said, I'm catching a flight tomorrow morning, heading to Chicago myself, me and Kelly. And can't wait to see you, broski. Can't wait to celebrate. And I'm gonna be icing my shoulder up in case we get a game of beer baseball in.
I might have to. I hear everybody's on the same floor. They booked everybody for the same floor. So who knows
like
what
it.
might happen? Who knows where the
I like it. I like it, man. Can't wait to see you, Max. Get us out of here, brother.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, don't be sleeping on the Raiders this year. Josh Jacobs going to have a good year. All right. Hey, and congratulations to you, man. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Okay, enjoy your wedding, and hey, we'll have you on soon.
Yeah, thanks, man. Looking forward to coming back.
Awesome, man. See ya.